Hello, my name is Miriam Calderon, and I'm the Early Learning System Director for the state of Oregon. On August 14th, we released revised guidelines for operating childcare and early education programs during COVID-19. We're doing a series of videos to help you understand and implement the new guidelines, and this is the first in the series of these videos. Each of these videos will cover one of the 14 separate sections of the guidelines. The sections include topics such as drop-off and pickup, and cleaning and building maintenance, and family engagement and professional learning. But I want to begin by thanking you for the work that you do every day to support children and families in our state. The work that you do is so vital for helping children to learn and grow and develop, and for helping families be able to go to work knowing that their children have a safe, healthy, and nurturing place to be. I know that this is hard work, and I know that COVID-19 has only made it harder. Thank you. The purpose of these guidelines is to provide clear information on how to operate childcare and early education programs as safely as possible while COVID-19 continues to spread across Oregon and in our communities. The guidelines were developed in partnership with the Oregon Health Authority, using the latest data and best public health and child development practices to protect the well-being of staff, children, and families in care. They seek to strike a balance with prevention measures to slow the spread of COVID-19, particularly in communities that have been the hardest hit by the virus, and to keep everyone as safe as possible in care. These guidelines were also created with input from providers like yourself. I want to thank you all who sent in comments, took part in webinars with Early Learning Division staff, participated in focus groups, or otherwise provided your input. We are absolutely thrilled that we have heard from about 1,600 people throughout this process, about half families and half providers. We took your feedback seriously. There are changes throughout these guidelines that reflect what we heard from you. We'll continue to give you resources like these videos to help you successfully implement these guidelines so that you can provide the most safe, nurturing, and developmentally appropriate care during these challenging times. I also want to take a moment to touch on how COVID-19 is continuing to impact Oregon and how that impact is reflected in the guidelines that have just been released. The threat of COVID-19 not only continues to be real, but it is increased just in the time that we have been working on these revisions. In March and April, Oregon's new case rates were high, but by May, the case rate fell to less than one new case per 100,000 people per day statewide. During July, the new case rate rose to 6.9 cases per 100,000 people per day statewide. The Early Learning Division is aware of approximately 60 childcare facilities in Oregon, including centers and homes, where there has been at least one case of COVID-19 as of early August. The additional requirements for face coverings in these guidelines reflect the growing evidence of their effectiveness in reducing transmission and the recognition that everyone needs to do their part to stop the spread of this disease. COVID-19 continues to impact every area of the state, including urban and rural communities. We also know that there are some communities that are now being hard hit and where extra measures are needed. This is why these guidelines have counties that are in the baseline phase, which is currently Umatilla County, maintain maximum group sizes of 10 for preschool and school-age children. For counties that are not in baseline, group sizes return to where they were in licensing, except for counties that are in phase 1, where the maximum group size for school-age children is 20 rather than 30. You'll see that we have also addressed issues of family engagement, professional learning, and a COVID-19 health and safety plan in the guidelines, and appreciated the positive feedback from many families and providers for these and other sections. We are all continuing to learn more about COVID-19 and its implications. If we need to update the guidelines again, we will do so. For now, we want to do everything that we can to help childcare and the early education community be successful in understanding and implementing the guidelines, and we want to do everything we can to support you. Please watch all of the short videos summarizing each section of the guidance. If you have questions or ideas, Email or call us. We are here to answer your questions and will use your feedback to consider the best ways to clarify and modify the guidelines going forward. You have my commitment to continue working with you to make sure you have the resources and supports you need to do this important work. Thank you for the difference you make in the lives of children and families in our state. Be safe and well.